Grand Rising, good day, and good night. I hope you all are doing well. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to 144 from the stars. Tarot. Let's go ahead and give our trusted companion, Sir Odin, a treat. Thank you for all of your hard work. We greatly appreciate your presence, sir. All right. The totem for this message is going to be a clownfish. Why? I'm not sure yet. Got a funny feeling about it though. So let's go ahead. I've got some word that I'm going to share with you all, and then we'll get started with this message. I'm going to be reading from the book of Ecclesiasticus. I'm going to be reading from chapter 11. And I'm going to read verse 21 and verse 22. Marvel not at the works of sinners, but trust in Yahuwah and abide in your labor. For it is an easy thing in the sight of Yahuwah on the sudden to make a poor man rich. The blessing of Yahuwah is in the reward of the holy, and suddenly he makes his blessing flourish. All right. Don't touch the boat, Nemo. All right, let's find out. I don't know. I just gotta like it. There's a funny energy in this. Let's pull a Moonology card. I don't know. Let's see. Expect a powerful change. New moon eclipse is the first card I've seen. This like new egg moon thing, I don't know, seems to be like hatching all kinds of like blessings and like great things into people's lives. I don't know. I wonder if that's part of the reason why this egg symbolism keeps popping up throughout these readings recently. Yeah, I don't know. I even got a couple eggs out here. Like that's a new egg. I didn't always have that egg out here on this set. Something about eggs, y'all. I don't know. Something's being hatched. Something's being like birthed into our reality. Can we get a card? Ooh, yeah. Don't let pride get in your way. Full moon in Leo. There's something about having confidence in yourself, taking the lead in something, taking charge. I'm getting like, there's almost like this energy of like, once when you really set your mind to something, no one's going to stop you. No one's going to stop you. You go ahead and try to stop a Leo energy when it really has its like determination, its willpower, its heart set on something. It's not going to stop. You're not going to stop that Leo energy. So there is something about like, someone can't stop you. You're unstoppable. You're fierce. You're very capable. And I don't know. It's almost like as if this is reminding me of that energy I recently got about like someone's solar plexus, someone's solar chakra, you having like all of this sun energy. I'm being reminded of that in this reading, and that reading wasn't too long ago. So, yeah, there's this energy of like, you can't be stopped. When you set your mind to something, no one's going to stop you from accomplishing your dreams or your goals. You have a very intense energy. You have a strong willpower. You have a strong power, like energy, literally like solar plexus energy is really the best way to explain this. You have a very strong will, a strong willpower. You have a fierce energy. You almost have like this unstoppable force when you really set your mind or your energy on something. No one's getting in between with that. And why is that needing to be expressed right now? I don't know. Did a little clownfish out there touch the boat and they weren't supposed to touch the boat? Were they told not to touch the boat and they touched the boat? I don't know. Look, I'm feeling a goofy energy in this that might be a little like stumped or confused as to how you were able to shift into this energy or how you have seemingly like transformed your life into a boatload of abundance and blessings. And you seem to like, I don't know if you're healthier or you're looking good. I don't know if you're like in good shape, you got healthy hair. Like there's something about the way you carry yourself, the way you look, your appearance, your confidence, your stature. There's just there's something acknowledgeable about it. Like I do feel like there's this energy of people notice you, even if people don't act like they notice you. They notice you. You can't even walk to the grocery store without being noticed. Like there's just something, and it's not even like you're trying to be loud. It's just like your presence speaks volumes. You could even be someone that really tries to keep to yourself, or I don't know. I'm not really getting an overly like social butterfly, gregarious energy. I'm getting a very composed energy and a focused one that has almost like as if people can sense you're on a mission or you have an objective, or you just seem to like be locked in at all times, but also very aware of your surroundings. And I think that's intimidating to people because I don't know. It just kind of feels like you're always on your game. And like, I guess that makes some people feel a little type of way, but all right, whatever. Can we get an oracle for this message? Yeah, just the way that energy came out with this first card, the fact that it like the energy came through in a way to where it even had the need to address the fact that when you set your mind to something, no one can stop you. That really makes me feel like someone just tried to stop you. And yeah, they're going to be surprised. Okay. All right. Can we get an oracle for this message? Wow. No place like home. No place like home. And you know what I'm getting is that like the reason why this card came out is to kind of discuss a little bit of like your energy and the effect you have. Like I'm getting that when people encounter your presence, they get to experience a higher plane of existence. And I'm sure you get all kinds of different reactions out of people because of that. So without like stretching this message out and getting into all the nitty gritty, that's really not that important. It's like you, oh gosh, I don't know. It's really like I'm honestly like the best way to explain it is kind of like explaining this imagery a little bit in the way that I am being shown it. So imagine everyone else is like a normal house. So this house right here on this card, that's kind of up in the heavens. It's above everything else, and its light is kind of shining down. This house, this lighthouse, if you will, this ascended lighthouse, right? You feel me? You up in the heavens, you in the higher realms, okay? And you are a house of this energy, and you shine it down to others. And there's something beneficial to the collective about you being here. So I don't know. There's something about like there's nobody like you. Like nobody fills the room the way you fill the room. No one has the presence that you carry. There's something about the energy that you embody that's unique. It's special. It's like almost foreign in a way, but like very desirable. Very desirable. Like something like a lot of people would want to kind of experience or achieve within themselves. So I'm sure you get all kinds of weird energies in response to that because some people just get triggered by their unhealed wounds and demons, and then they turn into little demon time gremlins, but whatever. And we've got this to the sea. So it's like not only do you hold a very high space, you hold a high frequency, you hold a very high energy, you shine a light on things around you, and people are almost like captivated by your presence or by your energy, and you have a lot of depth to you as well. So it's not like you're a shallow ascended lighthouse. You're an ascended lighthouse with depths that people could traverse for an eternity and still have more depths to explore. So okay. There is something about this. I don't know if like you were the boat and some little clownfish just like wanted to like provoke you or stop you or get in the way of your chariot of success. All right. So now that we understand a little bit, it's focusing a lot on your energy, which I find that to be interesting how the focal point of this reading seems to be whoever's energy this is for. All right. Can we get some tarot? Can we find out a little bit what's going on here? Because I feel like, yeah, you're about to get a huge increase. Like I'm feeling like your finances are about to change. Like I don't know. And you know, it's interesting that the scripture that I read was even talking about like it ain't nothing to God to make a poor man rich overnight like that. So we've got this justice, we have this manifestation, and we have this Six of Cups. there is something that you may have been manifesting for yourself for some time. This may have been something you manifested a while ago. Like you may have manifested this last summer and it's coming through now. Um, yeah, I'm really kind of getting that energy. And this may have been something that you've even let go of or moved on or set your eyes or your attention or your focus elsewhere. Well, that intention or that manifestation or that visualization, we got to be careful what we imagine because we really will manifest that in our lives. So, some way, some shape, or form, you manifested this energy that's coming in. And I'm kind of getting the energy of like maybe someone was daydreaming about themselves. Like maybe you were daydreaming about your future, you were daydreaming about your life, or like you were imagining a certain scenario playing out a certain way, or your life turning up to be a certain kind of way. I don't know if you were imagining how, successful or how wealthy or how established, or, I don't know. There's this energy of like you imagined yourself in the midst of a glow up. Like you imagined yourself like really where you wanted to be. You saw yourself where you wanted to be. Maybe you did this 6 months ago, 9 months ago, a year ago. I don't know. I'm kind of getting a lot of like last summer kind of energy. So maybe there's something significant about that. Maybe this is tied to some Lionsgate portals, or there could have been something that was done during like an intense celestial event. So I don't know if you just happened to be in alignment with celestial bodies while you were daydreaming this, while you were imagining this, but it's manifested in your life and it's coming here. And it's really like your life is, this feels like your life's about to change overnight. This does. This feels like, okay, let's say, I lived off of like $1,000 a month or something, and I was working really hard. I was focusing on my goals, but I only made like just enough to live, if that. And I imagined myself, yeah, if I just keep working hard, I keep doing this, I keep having faith in this, I keep putting energy and work into this, 6 months from now, I'm going to be rolling in it. And like, maybe you kind of like enjoyed, like you felt good. You were like, yeah, I'm going to feel really accomplished. I'm going to feel good about this. And you didn't realize you were actually creating what you were going to experience in that moment when you imagine that, or it's actually manifested. So like now, let's say you imagined, yeah, in the future, by next year or next summer or 6 months from now or by next spring, I'm gonna be living like this or whatever. And like, and now you literally are, you're gonna wake up and be in that reality. And that's kind of cool how you imagined it, you let it go, you released it. And then, so you didn't have any attachment to it. You imagined it and you experienced how that would make you feel if that was your reality, and then you let it go, and then here it is, it's in your life, it's manifested. You just manifested what you desired from something. I don't know, that's pretty cool. I like seeing stuff like this. So awesome. What is coming through exactly? What is coming through? Is all your hard work paying off? Is like things are finally shifting for you? Are things being balanced out? Or is like, the individual that always got the short straw finally, getting the finest of the bunch? Or like, I don't know. It just feels like your life story is being balanced out. If your life used to be one way and you imagined it being another way, and you experienced how it would feel while you were imagining it, and then you just let it go and moved on, move forward in life, there's a really good chance that this reading might be for you. And whatever you imagined is what's coming through. And for a lot of you, I feel like this has to do with finances. I really do. I feel like this has to do with success. I feel like this has to do with like your energy, like the way people see you or the way you see yourself, and your lifestyle, maybe your income, your money, your abundance, your success. Like, I don't know what you imagined yourself to be, but that life is here. That version of yourself is right here. All right. Whoa, we've got the Knight of Pentacles. That's crazy. So like, what I'm imagining is like, okay, let's say someone wanted to start a business, right? So let's say you were starting a business, and let's say you started this business spring of last year or something like that, right? And then let's say a few months into the business, it was now summertime of last year, and you're like imagining what your life will be like in the future. And then you really experienced it. Like maybe that wasn't even imagination. Maybe you actually had a premonition. Maybe you had a glimpse of it. Either way, there was some kind of like dreamscape or mental space where someone saw it, they imagined it, they experienced it, they felt it, and there was an emotion that was experienced in that time. Then you let that go. You didn't stay in the daydream forever, obviously. You continued and went to work. And what I love about this is like you imagined the end result and then you detach from it. You felt the satisfaction of having that end result. And then through your day-to-day actions, maintained in alignment to that reality by actually doing things in your life that would lead to that. So it's like you created the business, you worked for it a few months, maybe you had some income, maybe you didn't, maybe you were still working out. I mean, starting a business is not an easy thing to do, especially if you're starting from scratch, right? So, a few months into it, you're imagining what your life's going to look like, but it's sure as heck isn't what your life is at that moment. And then you work hard, you keep doing whatever you're doing for another, 6 months to a year. And sure enough, 6 months to a year pass by and you are now in the waking experience of a previous daydream of yourself. All right. Yeah, we got this Ace of Wands. So that energy that you've been putting out into the universe, that energy you've been putting out into the world. I don't know if someone's like, are you a barber? Do you have, I've seen something about like, barber, like, someone cutting hair or someone, like, what is that? A cosmology, I don't know. I can't think of the word cosmetics in a way. Yeah, no, what I kind of saw was like someone had like a mobile barber shop. So I don't know if that resonates with you, but like that's what I saw. It kind of looked like you had like a trailer kind of situation that you could tow behind a truck, and the trailer literally had like a door and a window. You could walk inside, and it had what you needed. Had a chair, had a little window, had the counter, had the outlet. You could do everything you needed. You were like a mobile haircut thing. So that was cool. I don't know who that was for, but that was pretty cool. I got a glimpse of that. But yeah, there's something about this is like what you've been putting your energy into is paying off. Your hard work is paying off. What you've been putting the energy out into the world, like whatever this is, it is paying off. So whatever you imagined, whatever you saw yourself being in the near future at some time in the past, this is what you're walking into. That manifestation is here. And you may not have even realized you were manifesting it. And then that's the thing that I think is kind of cool is for a lot of you, I don't even know if this was necessarily like an intentional, like, I'm going to manifest this. You just kind of had an experience and here it is. It's here. It's manifested. Yeah, we've got the universe and then we've got this Nine of Wands. And, it kind of feels like, this almost feels like someone being fed up with their life a little bit, like just a little bit fed up, like fed up with certain aspects of your quality of life or variables or aspects of your life. And then in that kind of like fed upness or frustration or irritation and, realizing you deserve better, you deserve more, you imagined what would better, what would more be. If I'm not happy with this, what am I not happy about? And why am I not happy about this? And what would I imagine my life to be where I felt like it was actually what I deserved and I could be happy with these circumstances or whatever this is? And it kind of feels like that's what happened. Someone like kind of did like a self-life review and didn't realize you actually manifested what you wanted your new life to be. You came to a point in time in your previous chapter in life and you actually manifested your new life. So now this cycle is completely closing out. So like, let's say the way I'm seeing this universe Nine of Wands is like old me, old life, old circumstances. That's the shit I'm tired of. That's the shit I want behind me. I don't want to deal with that anymore. Like, so whatever that was, if old me, old self was struggling with bills, was struggling with money, was not happy with work or not happy with your lifestyle or whatever that, then that's what you were tired of. Well, I'm tired of living like this. I don't want to live like that. I want to be able to live like this. And I deserve to be able to live like this. And this is what I imagine that life to be like. And oh, wouldn't that feel good? You're damn right it's going to feel good because that life you imagined is right here, like perfect to the T, the way you ordered it, just how I imagined it. Ain't that nice? Ain't that nice? When the dream comes true, just how you imagine it. All right. Yeah, there's something to this. Like something is over. That old life, that old cycle is over. So I don't know what the circumstance, the variable of the life that was not pleasant and undesirable and not wanted and not appreciated and not living up to your standards, but you imagine exactly what would be up to your standards, exactly what would you be appreciative of and thankful for. And now that order is here. Here's your order. You ordered it. All right. Can we pick these up and get a little bit of tarot? A little bit more tarot, see what else Spirit would like you to know. Ace of Swords. All right, what about this Ace of Swords? And then we got this Knight of Swords. This is really like, be careful what you wish for, be careful what you think, be careful what you say, because you just might actually create that in your life. Now, fortunately, for whoever this message is for, this is a good thing. You imagine something good for yourself. You imagine something that you really wanted, or whatever this is. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what this is. I don't know if you imagined yourself being able to afford a nice home or a nice car. I don't know if you imagined yourself being self-employed and making good money and being happy doing. I don't know what it was, but you imagined it, and it is coming through. So what was that other energy? The clownfish energy. We got the Magician, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Lovers. And that is essentially how you did it. So the Magician, Queen of Pentacles, and Lovers is basically you had to imagine yourself already as the Queen of Pentacles. So let's say you were in the Five of Pentacles, where you imagined what it would be like to be the King or Queen of Pentacles. And you experienced that. It was like a daydream. I don't know if you've ever had a dream, but a dream is just as real to us in the moment as the waking life. And many would argue that life is a dream. So without getting into too many rabbit holes, here we are, and this is how you did it. You did it through love. You did it from your heart. You imagined what you wish to experience. You imagined yourself in the end result. You experienced in your heart and your sacral what you would feel in that moment, and then you brought it through. And now we've got this Fool card. And that's literally how that happened. You manifested your new life through this. All right, Spirit. So do you just like the way that I talked about this side of the energy? You don't want to talk about that other side? You want to put it for another reading? Because that's fine. That's cool. But I did feel that energy. We got the Chariot. We got the Chariot, the Star, the Hermit, and the Empress. And that's pretty much what you've established yourself to be. Empress energy, a freaking star, okay? The Hermit, you can do all this on your own. You can do all this within you. You don't need anything outside of yourself. You are your own thing, all right? You're your own self-sustaining unit of abundance and blessings. You can move forward. You can take charge in your life. This is like, I'm not going to tell myself no. I'm not going to be told no. If I want to go fly to, whatever country or go visit this, then I'm going to go do it. If I want to go eat at that restaurant, then I'm going to go eat at that restaurant. Like, I'm tired of life trying to be like, I don't know what this is, but I do feel like it was like in the moment of some form of suffering, you woke up to like what you would like to experience that wasn't suffering. So it was just like, dang, in that moment of suffering, you remembered what prosperity was like, and you imagined that and created it for yourself. And now you won't be in that suffering anymore. All right. I like this though. And then we've got this Seven of Pentacles. So you don't have to wait for this. This is right now. This is just as you imagined it is right now. It was in your head. You created it in your mind, and now it's here. It's in your life. It's really what your reality is. We've got the Five of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands, the Two of Wands, and the Queen of Wands. And that's pretty much the story we're talking about is, let's say someone is in the Five of Pentacles energy and you are tired of being in the Five of Pentacles energy. I don't want to be in the Five of Pentacles energy anymore. And if anyone has ever been in the Five of Pentacles energy, you really don't like being in that. And that's not fun. It's not great. When you guys sit there and like hustle which bill you're going to pay and which bill you're going to like let it go to crap and just... I mean, like, that's crazy when you're living like that, when you're really in lack. So in that moment, instead of focusing on how much you didn't like, you like took that frustration and was like, all right, then what would not be this? And you imagined it. You imagined what would not be that energy you were experiencing. And then you created it. And it looks like no one could stop this. There is an energy that was present at the very beginning of this reading. And then I started talking more on you guys, your energy, your life, this blessing, and then that other energy. I felt it kind of be removed from this reading. And it didn't want to come through. So because I hinted towards it, I'm just going to speak on what I intuitively had picked up on. What I intuitively had picked up on is that someone is shocked by you. They are shocked by what they see in your life. This manifestation coming into your life is blowing people's minds. And some of the individuals that are shocked to see this are people that had so much intent in their heart. They imagined the exact opposite for you. And it's just like, how did you accomplish this? How are you rich? Like, that's how this person is feeling. They're like, how are you rich? How are you special? How are you blessed? How are you a millionaire? Or how are you a entrepreneur? Or, whatever this is, like a star in some kind of way. And this person doesn't understand. And what it feels like is, it's almost like this story of like, we are the creators of our own story. We are the narrators of our own story. And I feel like there was a lesson to have been learned from that dynamic of this individual having intent over someone else's life instead of imagining what they wish their life would have been. So like, I'm guessing this individual had something about their life they didn't like. And instead of imagining what they would like their life to be like and creating that for themselves, they saw the things that they would like in your life and they hated that you had it. So then imagined you not having it. Meanwhile, you're not paying any attention to any of that. You're in the moment of, I'm experiencing something I don't like and I don't want to experience this anymore. And wouldn't it be nice to experience this instead? So then you created that for yourself. And I feel like this is the moral, this is how that cookie is going to crumble every single time. The person that puts themselves first and actually, takes accountability for their own life and says, I've had enough of this. I want better. I want better for myself. I deserve to experience better. And then imagines what that would be like and believes that they can have it. They're going to be the ones that actually transform themselves. They're going to be the ones that's the rags to riches energy. And unfortunately, this other individual has the same ability that any of us do to create their own life, but they focus that ability on the wrong thing. And that was the, now they're the clownfish. And I don't know, it is what it is. You on this abundance lifestyle now, is what it is. Can't be stopped because it's you. It's all it is. All right. I think I'm going to go ahead and leave this reading here. If you like the way that I read, please be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe. I greatly appreciate each and every single one of you. I will see you on the next collective message.